Hey everyone, welcome to this presentation. Today I'm going to be bringing you some amazing information. This information has transformed my life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Liberty Santiago. And what I do is I am a business consultant, mindset trainer. I work with my clients to help them really grow themselves personally and professionally into an infinite level of whatever it is that they are wanting to go after. What are their goals, right? I help them get clarity and I help them reach their dreams by linking minds and locking arms and working with my clients through a program called Thinking into Results. And Thinking into Results is developed by my parent company, which is Proctor Gallagher Institute, and I'm actually a Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant. So Proctor is Bob Proctor. He is the world's foremost thought leader in studying the mind and human potential. And Gallagher is Sandy Gallagher. She is a corporate attorney and she got her hands on this material and she developed a way of helping individuals and corporations explode and expand their revenue and really live out their dream lives. So the Proctor Gallagher Institute's mission is to bring this information to people to help them grow personally and professionally. So they have employed consultants like myself to bring this information to you. So without further ado, let's jump right in because time is of the essence, right? I want to inspire you guys to, after this, get after your goals right away and to take action. So first I want to explain to you that we think in pictures. Our minds are programmed to think in the way that the data comes into our consciousness in a picture format. So I'm going to ask you right now to imagine your refrigerator. And I want you to tell me what the color is of your fridge. Think about the color of your fridge in your mind. And now I'm going to ask you to think about what way does the door handle open? So what's happening in your mind right now when you're trying to answer these questions? Did your mind go into pictures of what your kitchen looks like and maybe you standing in front of the fridge so you can imitate the way that the door opens so you could answer the question? So this is an illustration of how our minds think in pictures. So I just wanted to bring this consciousness to your bring this thought to your consciousness. So Dr. Thurman Fleet was a chiropractor in San Antonio, Texas, and he actually taught us through this illustration called the stick figure that he drew in 1934 how the mind operates. Because when you go to think about the mind, you're maybe inclined to think about what the brain looks like, but the brain is not our mind, right? The mind is the control center for everything. So this stick figure here represents the mind. The big circle represents the mind, and the little circle represents our body. And so we're going to break it down for you how Dr. Thurman Fleet taught us. There's two parts of your mind, so we separate it out. And the first part is your conscious mind, and the second part is your subconscious mind. And psychologists and scientists, psychiatrists, they'll all argue that there's many different parts of your mind. And that's true. There is, but there's only two parts that we're going to discuss to help you understand your mind in the ways that you think, to help you understand how you can change processes and think in a certain way. So the conscious mind is our thinking mind. And this is where all the data is going in, right? From what you see, taste, touch, hear, and smell. And the emotional mind, this is your feeling mind. And this is, where you get butterflies when you fall in love. This is when you walk the stage and you graduate and you're so proud. These are those excited feelings when you buy a home or a car. This is the feeling mind, right? And so it's important to understand the differences here, and we'll get into why. So in your conscious mind, you're choosing your thoughts through your intellectual, um, you know, abilities. The energy that goes in flows in through your five senses, and that's the five little marks on the top of the mind here. They represent sight, taste, touch, smell, and what you hear. So that's the energy that flows into your intellectual mind. And you actually get to choose which thoughts you accept into your emotional mind. And your thoughts that live in the emotional mind control your behaviors and your actions, and therefore they control your results. So wouldn't it be really important to understand how your mind works if your mind controls everything, controls the results that you're getting? So I just want to ask you right now, if you're not happy with the current results that you have, how could you possibly change your thought process to be in harmony with the goals that you want? So what you would want to do is look at your actions. Are your actions going along with your emotional mind? And if so, are you emotionally involved in an idea, in a thought that isn't serving you? So our thinking mind, this is the data point for everything. This is where you're getting your media, your music, the books that you read, what you hear your parents say, what you hear your friends say, what society says. And so it's important that you understand that you have some intellectual faculties and how you can maximize your potential as a human by discovering what these faculties are and by discovering which elements of these faculties you can use in certain situations to think in a new way. So the first intellectual faculty is your imagination. Many of us may think that imagination is only for children, but as far as we know, science to date is that the imagination is responsible for us being the highest form of creation that there is, because we don't know of any other creatures that have the ability to imagine. And our imagination doesn't stop with our age. Our imagination sometimes stops with all of the other data that we allow to live in our conscious mind. When I ask my clients, are you thinking? They say, oh my gosh, I'm thinking so much. If I wake up in the middle of the night to go use the bathroom, I can't go back to bed because I'm just thinking, thinking, thinking. That is mental activity. It doesn't necessarily constitute a thought process, right? So that thought process that you want to draw out is to get that thought away from all of the millions of thoughts that we think per day that are impacted by the energy that's around us. So use your imagination to start delivering yourself images of the life that you want to live. And perception is your own understanding of a situation based on the level at which you are conscious and aware of it. So for example, if I hold a book up to you and I tell you that the book has flamingos on it, right? And you're thinking, well, yeah, it has flamingos on it. Well, what if the back of it has something else? What if the back has writing on it? And I'm like, well, no, it has writing on it. And you're like, no, it has flamingos on it. Well, you have to be aware of your perception of, be conscious that there's other perspectives involved here. So not always serving yourself in this aspect. And then the will. The will is our ability to focus. This is if you were to light a candle in a room and you would stare at the flame and say, I am going to shut off all my senses and I'm only going to focus on this flame. I'm not going to entertain any thoughts other than to become one with this flame. And that ability to focus is your will. That's a higher mental faculty. And then the ability to reason. So we take all of the data that we have and we can formulate a reasonable explanation. And we can say, okay, well, there's a reason that this has happened because of X, Y, and Z, right? And that is part of your higher mental faculties. Intuition. Now, you can develop intuition and you can read people's vibrations. You can understand maybe their intentions by the expressions on their face. You can hear the words that they're using. You can evaluate a situation, from all different angles and develop an intuitive factor as to how to maybe address the situation, right? And that's the higher mental faculty that you want to use, especially when emotions are running really high. And then memory. Memory is a higher mental faculty that often people say that they don't have a good memory. Memory is just like a muscle. It can be exercised and it can get stronger and stronger. So it's really important that you understand these concepts and what powers that you have inside of you. These are your higher mental faculties. To connect with the higher self, you'll want to use those faculties to become a better version of you. So when we're visioneering, we have to shut off the senses and we have to use our higher mental faculties. And two of the mental faculties that I want to talk about is imagination and will. And when you're trying to develop a higher set point for yourself, right? You're going for a new height. It's important that you imagine first who it is and how it is that you're going to want to live, and who you're going to want to be and what that's going to want to look like. And then to use the will to hold that imagination in your mind long enough to allow it to impress on your subconscious mind. So the imagination is where you're going to build the image of who you want to be, what you want to do, what you want your life to be like, and how you will want it to feel. And the self-image is what we're talking about here. So, you cannot outperform your own self-image. And I can't stress that enough. So if you're not getting the results that you want, it's most likely tied back to an emotional feeling that you have deeply rooted within your self-image. And then the will is the ability to hold that image in the screen of your mind and allow it to impress this new image in your subconscious mind, to get emotionally involved in a new program in a new way, and to start acting as if this has already happened will help develop yourself closer to the person that you want to become. So how do we do this? We train our mind and we study, right? And it's very important that you understand that what you put in your mind is so crucial. You want to make sure that you're putting the right things in your mind. And how can you do that? Well, first I want to ask you, what do you want personally and professionally? And you don't need to worry about how it's going to happen. Just really stretch yourself using your imagination, okay? How you can start getting closer to and actually making the life of your dreams manifest is to work with a mentor. And I work with a mentor, Bob Proctor, and he's worked with Earl Nightingale, Ray Stanford, Lloyd Conant. And when we are able to link minds and lock arms with someone who has studied and does know a better way and is successful, then we are easily adaptable into that motion where we're shifting our mind and we're learning a new way, a certain way of thinking. So, our minds tell us all kinds of garbage, and, it's just really about, are you ready or not? So, are you ready to cancel out the thoughts like, who am I to do this? It'll be really hard. What will others think of me? I don't want to be greedy. And what if I fail? It's time to cancel those out and work with a mentor. Take action and book a strategy call. During this strategy call, you'll be able to clarify with me what you want in your life and how we can make that happen for you in a short amount of time using a time collapse formula. We are able to use Bob's studies of over 59 years studying the mind and human potential about how we can get your dreams to become your manifested reality. So here is your chance to book your call with me and follow the link to schedule. Thank you guys for staying and following along in the pursuit of what is really important, and that's living out a life of complete expression. Sending you lots of love and light. Take care, guys.